Hi, my name is Rob and I'm here on YouTube making a video about how to make a meal out of tinned duck. My mum basically bought me a tin of duck's legs about 2 years ago and they've been sat in my cupboards ever since. It's February 2019, Brexit's around the corner, so I just thought now's a prescient time to be making a video on how to make a meal out of tinned goods, because maybe that's what we'll all be doing in a few months' time. I went onto YouTube to have a look at how you cook this, and there was one video on there about cooking tinned duck, and I don't think they had the instructions quite right. They're all in French on the tin. I mean, I certainly can't read them, but thankfully my mother got me these handwritten instructions because she'd asked the person from the shop how to cook it. So hopefully I'll be able to do a better job than the other people on YouTube did, and this will be a handy exercise in how to cook tinned duck for everyone. So first thing we're going to do is peel these potatoes and then slice them. So let's have a good look at the tin of duck. Here it is, on where you can get these in places where you buy tinned goods from France. So the instructions were to put a couple of holes in the top, just like this, not actually cutting round, just making a few holes, and then put it in boiling water for 10 minutes to begin with. Now, because I've only got non-stick pans, obviously that's a bit of a problem for me, because you don't want to put metal on non-stick particularly, so I've got a bit of baking parchment in there, and hopefully we're able to put the tin in without much hassle, and without scratching the Teflon. I'm going to give that a go, and I'm going to need both hands for this, so I'll have to stop recording. Okay, so the tin is in there, and I'm just going to let that sit in there for 10 minutes, as the instructions were from the guy at the shop. So let's see how that goes. Meanwhile, I've got the potatoes there, sort of turned into chips. I'm going to get some oil in the oven, and I'm going to make some chips out of those to go with the duck. Okay, so part of this meal is going to be like a gravy to go with the duck to make it edible, I'm hoping. So I've got my instant gravy here, just like one of these capsules, which I'll sort out later, but just to sort of add to the gravy, I was going to do some sort of onions and just dice those up, which I will do. Okay, so that's been boiling for 10 minutes in the pan, and there's now like oil coming out of the top. So I'm supposed to take it out of this now, but obviously it's got boiling water all over it, so this could be problematic. Okay, so what I did was use a spoon and a oven glove to kind of just push the oven glove against the spoon and lift it out like that, which wasn't ideal, but it's come out and I didn't make too much mess, so I'm going to open up the can now. This is the exciting bit. So I'm going to do two things now, just to get the chips in the oven. They're going to take a while, and I'll open up the duck. I've overdone the chips a little bit, so they're going to be really crunchy on the outside, if a little overcooked. Just give that a little spread about a little bit. And there we go. So I think I'm going to take 40 minutes, which means I don't need to rush this duck particularly. But let's get it open and see what we've got in here. This is quite exciting. I am definitely recording, aren't I? Right, okay, here we go. What's it going to look like? And how am I going to open this tin? I've never opened a tin this big. Okay. Oh wow, right. Well, there's definitely something which looks like duck inside of there. So the next part of the recipe, or the cooking instructions, were to drain it off and put it in a frying pan and cook the meat. So I'm going to give that a go. and see what happens next. So I was wondering about whether or not you did actually need to put it in boiling water for 10 minutes. There's so much fat in that tin now which hasn't gone into the pan with the duck's legs. So this is what they look like out of all. There's still plenty of fat in here on the duck to cook it, I think. Well, it's cooked already, but to warm it up and hopefully brown it and make it look a little bit more presentable. Okay, so I've just kind of been tipping out the fat from the duck into there, along with the sort of duck skin, which is quite fatty. I don't particularly need that. We're going to replace it later. There's still a whole load of fat in here. I was just going to pop the onions in and hopefully start making something which I can make the duck gravy from. Okay, so I think I've been cooking it for about 5 minutes with the onions in. I've managed to pick out all the bones from the duck legs. Oh, I said chicken. I think now I'm going to try and start adding the gravy. Okay, so I've poured some gravy into here. Okay, so I've taken it off the heat. It's basically done. It doesn't look most appetising the way it's kind of really shredded up. I think I didn't need to cook it for so long. I've just tried some and it tastes fine. It tastes like a duck gravy. For now though, I've got some dished out there. That's probably more than what's needed for a portion, so there's definitely 2 more left in here. And I'm going to try and make some poutine. So I've taken the chips out of the oven, put them on top of the duck, added some cheese on top. I was going to use mozzarella, but I just feel like because the actual duck gravy is quite fatty the way I've done it, I didn't need a whole mozzarella ball in there, so I've just put a little bit of cheddar. Obviously you could use different cheeses. So this is the end result. I've just garnished it with a little bit of parsley on the top. And you can see the sort of cheese is melted, so that's all nice and gooey. And then you can just sort of go in with the cheesy chips and the duck gravy, and hopefully it'll taste all good. There's a whole load of leftovers which I'm just letting cool off here, and I'll probably freeze that for next time. I think when I come around to cook this, I'll be using more gravy on it, because the moral of the story is basically gravy makes anything taste nice. Gravy and cheese, that is. So as I was saying, easy enough left over for 2 more tries of this recipe, which I will be trying again because it wasn't that bad. And yeah, I'll just add a little bit more gravy onto these next time.